Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over all the food that I received from my local food bank. I go once a week, and one of those weeks they give you a lot of extra supplies, so it's like your monthly one. You get a little extra pantry goods. So that is what I'm going to be showing you today, is that one. We have a lot to go over, and I got a lot of fantastic stuff, and I'm looking forward to showing you what I plan to do with it. So let's get into the video and see what I got. If you're new to the channel, my name is Carolina. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, press that notification bell. You'll know every time I post a new video. Thank you so much, guys. Alright, so let's get into it and let's see what I got. Alright, so kind of one fun thing is that they had some gloves, different sizes, so I grabbed a medium. So this is always nice to have these on hand. You can use these both for, medical gloves or in the kitchen if you're using like jalapenos or something. I got one thing of strawberry jam plus one pancake syrup. There's a honey mustard and then a vegetable oil. I got one box of pancake mix to go with that thing of pancake syrup. One super moist Devil's Food cake mix. 3 choices of cereal. I got Honey Bunches with almonds, Special K with strawberries, and Raisin Bran. And I got 3 boxes of mac and cheese here. And then this is a flavor duo, sauce, spice, and herb blend. So it says you'll need 1 pound of ground beef, water, and then potatoes. And then you mix all this together and it's like potato meat mixture. So I don't know, that's kind of fun. So I got one of those. And then for my pantry goods here, they hand out bags of food. Some don't do that because of sanitation reasons, but some do. So like every food bank really is that different. But these are dried blueberries. And then 1 pack of oatmeal. And then I was able to get 2 bags of sugar and 2 bags of flour. Usually they give me 1, but they threw in an extra one this month. So that's really nice. You go through a lot of flour and sugar with all the baking. And then I got 3 sleeves of crackers, saltine crackers, 1 bag of wide egg noodle pasta, 1 toilet paper and 1 bar of soap, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 2 cans of tomato soup, 2 cans of green beans, can of cream style corn. I love cream corn. I can eat it right out of the can. Room temperature, just that was a snack. And then sweet peas. And I got 2 pounds of peanut butter, 3 cans of tuna, a can of refried beans, and a can of black beans. And then 2 cans of tomato sauce and 1 pasta sauce, meat flavored. Flavored, it gets you there. It's not actual meat. And then some diced tomatoes. One of my favorite things to do with diced tomatoes is it takes 3 of them actually, and you make some salsa. Use Mrs. Wage's salsa packets and 3 cans of diced tomatoes. You got yourself delicious salsa. So good way to use up some tomatoes if you have a lot in your cupboard. And then I got a can of pears and peaches, as well as an applesauce and a fruit cocktail. 4 little things of applesauce I'll put in the kids' snack area. And then we got 3 Ritz and cheese crackers and 2 Pop-Tarts. It looks like these might be the raspberry ones, but we'll see. So yeah, this is what I got for my dry good pantry bit. Now I'm going to put this stuff up and I'll show you what cold goods I got. Alright everybody, we are back. So I'm going to be showing you some of the cold items I got. Plus we got 2 loaves of wheat bread. For the meat I got 2 pounds of ground hamburger. And then they had something new called beef fritters, beef steak fritters, which to me just sounds like chicken fried steak. So one of these was 1 meat option. So I had 4 meat options. 2 of them were these to get 8 of these. I didn't know how many were in the portion. I just said 2. So that's pretty nice. I have little chicken fried steaks. I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff in the freezer. It's hot today. And then we were able to pick out a sweet treat. I got these big sugar cookies. And then they gave me a pack of these stir-fry noodles. These are pretty much, I think they're cooked. You just heat them up in hot water. Soak noodles in hot water for 5 minutes. Yeah, and that's it. They're cooked. And then you would use them, cook them in oil for stir-fry. So, that sounds good, a good stir-fry. So, I got a pack of stir-fry noodles. A block of cream cheese, but this is the 3rd less fat. And then They usually either give you butter or margarine. They had margarine this time, so I got a big country crock with calcium, which is good. You can use margarine in place of butter and like baking and stuff. It holds up a lot better if you use it more in baking. And then a pack of Monterey Jack cheese, 2 quarts of orange juice. You guys, they had so much milk. They gave me 2 cases of this Costco organic lactose-free milk, which means this is 4 gallons of milk. So we have quite a bit of milk here. What do you suggest? Freezing some of it? I thought maybe we could make some ice cream, maybe. I mean, it says less fat than whole milk, so we'll have to probably do more cream if we're mixing this to make up for the fact that it's not whole, it's 2%, you know, because the wholer the milk, the creamier the ice cream. So this is amazing. So I got here 4 gallons of 2% lactose-free milk. I think I'm just gonna use it as regular milk, and we're gonna make Kopi out. I'm gonna treat this just like it's regular milk, and we're going to make some mac and cheese, some ice creams, and all kinds of stuff. If you have any ideas on what to do with this much milk, let me know in the comments down below. I might go ahead and chuck some in the freezer because I think milk freezes pretty well. So going to be a lot of prepping with that. And then now, go over the veggies I got. Get a thing of mushrooms. Here is diced peppers and onions. 2 ripe bananas. 2 onions. I think a garlic. They gave me 1 more too because this one was pretty much already sprouting. So I got 3 things of garlic here. Smells good. And I got some rhubarb. I just made some rhubarb coffee cake. That was really good. I did see a rhubarb oat, like an oat bar, rhubarb oat bar. I think that sounds really good. I might give that a try, especially since we got oats and we got margarine and sugar and flour. So might as well throw together an oat bar. And then I got some celery and then some potatoes. Some of them have little sprouts on them. So just about, I don't know, 10 potatoes. And a fun thing, since I have a birthday kid this month, my daughter is turning 9, they have a birthday bag that they hand out to kids in their birthday month. So let's go through here, see what they have. Let's see, they got cake mix, chocolate cake frosting, happy birthday napkins and plates, birthday candles. Oh, here's to make cupcakes and balloons. It's awesome. So they hand this out to every kid to make sure that they each can make at least a homemade birthday cake with their kids. How thoughtful of them. Well guys, that is everything that I received from my food bank this week. I'm going to get this stuff put away, and then we are going to whip up some dinner and probably a dessert with those oat bars. So let me get this put up and I'll bring it back. Alright everybody, I got stuff put away and now I'm going to be working on dinner and dessert. I happen to have some of this Italian sausage thawed out. I know I didn't get this from the food bank, but it's something that I got over the weekend when they had brats and stuff on sale for Memorial Day. So I'm going to be cooking this up. I think this was like $3 or $4 for this package. We're going to be cooking this with some of our peppers, our mushrooms, one of our onions, and our garlic. So that's all going to go in there. I also pulled out a can of crushed tomatoes from my pantry. This is our base, our sauce that we're going to have in it. And I think I'm going to cook those egg noodles. I got to get those out, but I'm going to cook those egg noodles to put on top of that. So it's going to be like an Italian sausage pasta sauce, but on top of egg noodles, you know. Mashed potatoes would be good as well. And then I'm going to make that rhubarb crisp. I washed this and I'm just going to cut the tips off. And then I'm going, like these big ones, I'm going to cut in half lengthwise. And then dice these really small, and we'll see how many cups we get. And then I wanted to try this milk, because I don't know if I've ever had lactose-free milk. Plus, you know, it's past its best-by date, but that doesn't mean it's not good. Especially if it's sealed. Look at that, that looks fine. Alright, it's gonna smell. Smells fine. Oh, this almost tastes sweeter. Wow. 12 grams of sugar per 1 cup. Interesting. I think they have added sugar, do they? This definitely does not taste like regular milk. A little sweeter. Interesting. Well, I think it's going to work just fine in our recipes. Alright, so I'm going to get to prepping and then we'll get to cooking. Alright, for our jam part, we're going to add 4 cups of diced rhubarb, half a cup of sugar, a tablespoon of water. That just helps keep it from burning until that rhubarb releases its juices. And then we're going to do about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Fresh would be good, but bottled is fine as well. Then we're going to turn this on 7 and let this cook for about 10 minutes. I accidentally have this part on a time lapse, so we're going to go through it over here. I'm doing 1 1/4 cup of oats, and then the same thing, 1 1/4 cup of flour. We're going to get half a cup of butter or margarine like I'm using. We're going to melt that. We are going to add 2/3 of a cup of sugar. I did like a heaping half a cup because that's the measuring cup I was using at the time. You're going to pour that melted butter / margarine into the crumble and get it all nice and moist. Pull out half a cup of it because that's going to go on top. Pour the rest in your 9x9 parchment lined sheet pan and then press it down so it forms a nice crust. Alright, this rhubarb has been going for 10 minutes. So we're going to turn it off. We're going to leave it chunky. If you don't want it chunky, you could probably puree this if you want, but it's pretty soft. And then it's going to bake for like an hour in the oven as well. Alright, let's get this poured into our... Put this on top of our crust here. Spread it out. Ooh. And then let's put our rest of our crumble on top here. Perfect. Now the last thing we're gonna do is sprinkle some cinnamon sugar. Alright, and now we are going to bake this at 350 degrees for about an hour. Alright everybody, this cooked for an hour. We're going to let this cool down. Don't mind the kids playing Halo in the background. So once this cools down, we'll give it a try. It looks really good. And I'm going to small dice this onion to kind of match our peppers here. I'll probably just do half an onion. I'm going to add some olive oil to my cast iron skillet. The sausage will release some grease as well, but we want a nice sear on them. So we're going to do a hard sear on them, crusty layer, and then we are going to add everything else. You know what? I think I might put the peppers. As soon as we flip it over, I'm going to add the peppers and onions. And actually, scratch that. After it sears, I'm going to pull it out. Then I'm going to cook peppers, onions, mushrooms. Put these back in, add the tomatoes. Yeah, there we go. And then our oat bar is out. It's cooled, so we're going to get this out and cut up. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let that go for a couple minutes, and then we'll switch out the ingredients. Alright, switch these out. These are not going to be cooked on the inside yet. You can see they're still raw, so they're going to cook more in the sauce. All right, now to this, let's add our peppers. I turned it down some as well. Colby is enjoying the smells. Smell that, smell. Alright. We're going to get these all cooked up. And then we'll add back in our sausage. And then I'm going to get water boiling for those egg noodles as well. Alright, I washed my cutting board. Let's take this out. That looks pretty good. Alright, our concoction here is done. This is a lot. I don't think I want this much in my sauce, so I'm going to take some of it and just put it aside for another meal. For about half of it. There we go. Alright, let's put our sausages back in. Alright, pour that in. Alrighty, so now we're just going to kind of wiggle everything. Get the sauce all the way down to the bottom. There we go. Alright, I'm going to throw in some Italian seasoning. We're going to turn this down to a medium. And we're going to let this cook. There we go. Alright guys, let's give this rhubarb oatmeal bar a try. That's really good. I don't think it's too sweet either. Lots of times with rhubarb you have to add so much sugar because it's so tart. This is good now. Oh yeah, kids are gonna like that. Alright, this has been simmering for 15 to 20 minutes. Our sausage is pretty firm. Our sauce has thickened up. Let's give it a little taste. Ooh, that is good. It's a little strong in the bitter. It's a little bitter at the end. I'm gonna add some of my house seasoning. This has got garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and pepper. Just fell on the floor, busted my lid. I gotta get a new one. The last thing I'm gonna add is just a little bit of sugar. That's gonna kind of help cut some of the bitterness. Tomatoes can have quite a bit of acidity to them, so a little sugar or some chocolate really helps put a special touch in your dishes. Cutting some of that. Let's try again. Oh, that's much better. Alright, so we are going to let this cool for about 5 minutes and then we'll dish it up. Alright, this has been sitting for a little bit. I'm going to pull the sausages out and we're going to cut them so they're a little easier. got some of my egg noodles. Our sausage is all cut up. Make it easier on everybody. Ooh. Alright, let's give it a try. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so I know I didn't get to any of that milk into this video. Give me some ideas on what I can do with it, and then we'll get that incorporated in the next couple of videos here. Alright. Oh, that's good. Something a little different than your average spaghetti. It's a good way to stretch out if you just have one packet of sausage as well. Well guys, thanks for coming along and checking out what I received from my local food bank this week and how I used it to cook for my family. If you are needing food, please go to your local food bank. That is what it is there for. It's for all members of the community, not just the homeless or the destitute or those who have zero food in their house. They're for working families who need help with some relief from the grocery store bill as well. So don't be nervous or ashamed to check out your local food bank. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears.